Today, we're starting another big project here in Scottsdale, which is pretty exciting for us over here at Three Timbers because, well, we're just learning a ton as we're out here. We're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff to this property. So just take a look at it all, take it all in, remember what it looked like, think of all of the potential it has in the future. And just like that, that's a quick opening because this is gonna be a long project and really, we gotta just start showing you the work. Update time. You can see we got the trailer full over there. We got the last couple of bushes right here. We also have a whole bunch of rocks dug out. We used them well. That one's not done yet, but our third one looks nice too. I'm putting rocks around the tree. You can see we don't have any of them actually touching the trunk. The other thing we've finished up, so you can see there's no more bushes in front of the patio there. And isn't that a big change? No more mangy bushes out here. What we're planning on doing is turning all of this behind me into sod. Our next step in the project is to rake up all of this rock, put it somewhere amongst the yard. I'll tell you more after that. So today we're gonna work on their little fire pit ring. Really, they're just trying to do something that they can sit in while saving money. So we're just bringing some rock in and edging it up with steel edging. So you guys can see Joy's just putting in the last stake for our inner ring. So we're gonna have an inner ring to this patio and an outer ring because we're gonna actually do plants on the outside of it. And we want it to look okay while those plants are maturing. And you can see we left a gap so they could walk through, and that's where the bushes will start and end. And we line that up to have the perfect view from the living room. So you have a sight line that goes straight across into the gap, into the little patio, into the fire pit. Okay, we are wrapping up for today. We actually won't be back to this job site for about 2 weeks. So you can see we did the inner ring, filled it with some of the rock, and didn't do the outer ring yet because we kind of want to have the plants in place first. And then the other thing we did is we did the rock up in front. So we've been doing quite a few rock refreshes. You can see that looks mighty snazzy. Not too bad, looks good. It's a big difference compared to the mud that was already there. So rock can make all the difference in the world, right Drew? So with that, we are going to pack up. It's gonna be a flash for you, but it's gonna be 2 weeks for us. We'll see you then. We're back. It's been 10 days. You can see we got our outer edge in, steel. We got some Japanese boxwoods in play. And now we're in the process of actually planting these Japanese boxwoods, but we got caliche. So it's a bunch of rock that kind of compacts together, kind of acts like a concrete gravel. You can hear Drew. You can see we got the lavender in, the jubilees in, the boxwoods in, and we even added a bougainvillea over there in the corner. So all of this stuff ended up being caliche, so we had to go get a couple of fun tools to break through it. And you can tell, just a little plant refresh can make all the difference in your landscape. Okay, so you just saw Drew and I digging a massive trench. So this is the massive trench, and we'll be putting in a French drain along the side of the house because nothing drains. We have not seen it personally, so we filled it up with a little water to see if it drains at all. And I think I can conclude, and Drew can conclude, that it's not draining at all. So when we come back here, we will actually be putting in a drain tile that will run through here, underneath that curb, under the lawn, and over to an outlet in the wall. Yeah, it's all just like a rocky concrete.
Sand, clay, concrete, yeah. Concrete.
Yeah, it's brutal. We made a very large hole. Very large. Wow. Drew, why?
We'll let water get down into the ground because we have a caliche shelf that holds water on the surface. So we have a great big catch basin right here that'll catch all the runoff from the roof and drain right there, and it'll catch it and funnel it down into our great big dry well hole. And this is deeper than the caliche shelf, so the water will flow in here on top of some rocks, and it'll hopefully go down into the ground and the earth will soak it up.
Beautiful. And while we are at it, I thought we'd show you some progress going on over here. But one thing that is worth showing you is a massive mistake done by the previous sprinkler company. So these things are drip lines. A drip line installed correctly should actually come off of a PVC pipe. Correction, it's a poly pipe. Drew's smart, I'm not. So you're supposed to run it off of that poly pipe, and you can see that they did not do that. They actually made one long drip line that runs from that corner all the way down to the end here.
The problem with that is that there's not as much pressure coming from the line because it's so small, and the poly pipe has more pressure, so you can get a more consistent water flow.
So you can see actual evidence by that drip line, far corner, that has the most pressure, and it's losing pressure as you work your way down the wall. And you can see as you get down here, those jubilees are the smallest by far. It goes massive to tiny. So all of these plants and everything else that we just installed, it needs supplemental water here to grow. So you need to make sure irrigation lines are done right. And luckily we have a partner company, Scottsdale Irrigation, that does do it right. We've made more progress, everybody. So you can see all of the rock is officially in around the patio. And don't judge us for these rocks. This is a personal preference by the homeowner, and that's okay. Everyone has different personal preferences. Might not be our style, but it looks good to them, so it works for us. You can also see, look at that, there's concrete curbing in. Isn't that beautiful? Also have our plants planted over here. You can see sprinkler heads throughout. Boom, boom, boom. There's also drip irrigation going to every one of our plants. There's actually a French drain under all that rock and a dry well, but you can't even tell anymore. It's all rocked, everywhere is looking beautiful, finished, perfect. And now we're kind of on the tail end of this massive project. And that means that it's time for us to start prepping for sod. So what you're gonna see us do now is we're gonna bring in dirt. This is a sod mix here in Arizona. It's like a sandy, mulchy, loamy. Loamy means like organic kind of stuff all mixed together. And we'll do 1 to 2 inches across this entire area. So there's plenty of organic material under the sod for the sod to actually grow. We have all of the sod mix soil down, and it's looking pretty darn dandy. You can see most of the humps are raked out. We got some nice black loamy soil in here. It is kind of loamy. There's definitely organic material in it. Yeah, everything's built up the way we need it to. You can kind of see, except for the footprints, but that's looking pretty darn good. So the only thing we have left, lay some sod today, and this project is just about done. Just finished this project here in Scottsdale, and this is our biggest project in the valley so far. So I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning, but this whole thing used to just be a bunch of big bushes and rocks, and now look at it. Tons of grass, a beautiful fire pit area, there's awesome plants everywhere. Just everything's been refreshed. New sprinkler systems, new sage, jubilees, boxwoods, rock. And just look at the way this opened up. His clients are really happy, which is great because they are amazing human beings. I want to give you this angle as well. Look at that. That's just so crazy, the transformation. Very, very happy with the boys and made some very good friends in the process. So with that, this was a very long episode of the Mason Gang 3 Timbers edition, and we appreciate you watching. If you guys ever are around Minnesota, Arizona, feel free to reach out. And that's it. We'll see you in the next episode.